It is your boy, Sir Dre, from the Bay, and with me as always, Lady Blue in the Bay. This is Sporting a Smile Podcast World Cup Edition. Welcome, Lady Blue.
I didn't like the attitude in your voice. Thank you, kind Sir Dre.
Oh, well, there you go. So how's your morning going?
So far, so good.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. How'd you sleep? That's
Pretty
important.
good, actually.
That's important because I know, we were up finishing up yesterday's shows, and I actually got some good. I actually got some rest.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
I got some rest, and here we are, Sweet 16.
Yes, we are.
Sweet 16.
Ooh,
The
what a
round of
journey it's been.
Yeah, it has. It really has been a journey. I've got memories already that from the beginning to now, things that I miss, things I'm gonna miss. I mean, one of the things that really stands out are the Scots. The Scotland fans were just so fun.
Yeah.
They brought the energy. You know what I mean? They brought it.
As they should.
And yeah, I'm sure we're not the only people that miss the Scots and their antics and just the fun that they brought to every venue they went to, be it a watch party or even at the game. They were a lot of fun. They were a lot of fun. Oh my God. You know what, people? I'm so sorry. My microphone wasn't on. Maybe I am tired.
So,
I mean, my mic for StreamYard. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize my mic wasn't on. I'm talking to my live guru here. I'm back. I'm on now. The mic is on. It's working, I think. Should be. Anyway, but yeah, I miss the Scots. There's a lot of game memories, teams that are, that are gone, and yeah, it's been a fun World Cup. So what are you taking away from this so far?
Well, this is my first World Cup that I've kind of watched and definitely, of course, reported on or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
That we do. I think just the joy that the other countries and nations have brought to this country in this time with everything that's going on in the world. It was definitely a lot of pride in seeing the 9 African nations, at least make it to the World Cup.
Right.
There was a lot of pride for me in that. Capo Verde, I just sent you a thing, but yeah, just, what a ride, what a Cinderella story.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And
and then this is one. I got another one. So yesterday, we started off the day doing the podcast together, and I wanted to do the end of the match recap with you for the Egypt. Who did they play? That team?
Yeah.
Yes, but of course they went into what was it, extra time?
Yeah.
And then I think they went into stoppage time, and then it went to the penalty kick. So of course I had an appointment. So of course I couldn't do our last podcast thing for that match,
right,
for that particular match.
Uh-huh.
But when I was at my appointment, I tuned into your live stream.
Okay.
And when you were doing the penalty kicks, and it was so you're kind of you want to break it down of the country that's kicking, did they make it, did they not?
Right.
And just the joy I felt when Egypt won. But so I was I'll just say it, I was getting my nails and toes done. I was getting the mani and the pedi, and I really couldn't jump up and scream and express my joy in a way that I normally would, but just the joy that I felt when they made it.
Yeah. I couldn't really get excited either because I'm doing a live stream. I need to be in front of the camera, so to speak. But I was just, yeah, I get it. I get it. And I normally would not have done that, but I felt like this had to be, I had to do it. I had to do it. You know, history,
Yeah.
history, history. Yeah, that was a very exciting match. And I did kind of predict it, didn't I?
You did.
I did indeed. And like I said, it wouldn't have mattered to me which team won.
Yeah.
Either way, it was going to be history making, and it is.
Yeah.
Um,
I think a lot of the World Cup has been like history making. Like we're seeing players that have been playing for years, whatever respective league they play in. Like this is like their last match of their last World Cup.
yeah, yeah,
This I'm not gonna get emotional, but just yeah.
yeah. I get it.
But
Montevideo.
can we back up a bit?
Sure. What you got?
Well, and I know we kind of touched on it last night, but like how we were sharing last night, we have. I feel like we have new listeners due to us talking about and covering the World Cup, or if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
So I just wanted to introduce us, who we are at Sporting a Smile Podcast, because I'm sure a lot of people don't know, or maybe it's in our bio, I think, but yeah. So my name is Lady Blue. Your name is Sir Dre.
I think so.
I think it is, and so I'm actually living in the Bay Area right now, San Francisco to be specific. And you claim you were born and raised here.
Oh, hey, whoa, back it up now. Don't. All right now.
So anyway, like I was saying, our podcast primarily focuses on Bay Area based sports. Some of the teams, and like if you have listened to us before, we have a lot of teams out here, a lot of professional and semi-professional teams. So if we talk about every single team, we would be overwhelmed. Our podcast will probably be like 3 hours long. So on our normal podcast days, we generally broadcast twice a week.
Yeah.
Sunday and Thursdays. And every once in a while we'll, do a pop-up, like whether it be like a halftime show for one of the sports that we're watching, or just, hey, we want to go on and talk about something. Also being that I'm a female, born a female, I shouldn't have said it, I'm sorry, but I'm a female, and so I have a segment called Women of Sports. So I talk about women of sports, and that's my way of not necessarily just talking about sports that happen in the Bay Area. It could be a woman anywhere in the world. And I just find the story amazing, or like world history record breaking, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Or talk about her.
Yeah.
And then you want to talk about some of the segments you have and you've done?
Well, I obviously talk a lot about football. I also talk when the time comes up. We do a lot of NFL 49ers. We got to do that. The Golden State Warriors, the Valkyries, earthquakes. We talk about every possible sport in the Bay Area that we can. Sometimes, like she said, it can be overwhelming. It can just like, it's like an avalanche of things are coming at us. Things are going on. It can be crazy. But one of the segments I like to do occasionally, if I can remember to do it, is I like to do my honorary Bay Area athlete. I speak about someone that played or lived or had a Bay Area connection in sports, professional, semi, college. It doesn't matter. But I like to do, my honorary Hall of Fame person, whoever, whatever sport they were in. I used to do a coach's corner where I would like explain, like, for example, the game of the NFL football. What cornerback, safety, wide receiver, running back, halfback, middle linebacker. Just kind of explain what those positions were about. I should actually be doing this for football, world football. And I think I in honor of the World Cup. I think when we go back to doing our Bay Area based show, I'll do like a coach's corner and kind of talk about the game of world football. So yeah, I mean those are a couple of the segments I like to do. I We did an interview thing where Lady Blue asked me when we were doing football. She asked me about my American football history, and I think what she's trying to do, guys, and don't get me wrong, she's trying to sag her way into asking me about my world football thing.
How that's correct? Yes.
Yeah. See. Okay.
But I don't want it to seem like because when we do our normally scheduled podcast, we've covered all that. Like I've interviewed you, I wrote with the help of ChatGPT. Just gonna be honest about it. I've written like pieces on you about why you love the sport. So I don't want it to seem like who is this random man just ranting and raving at the TV. So I want them to know you as a soccer player. So go ahead. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Oh, wow. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? All right. So, oh my God, my soccer playing days started a long time ago, back at the University of San Francisco when I was probably 11 years old. It was kind of an accident that I got involved because the team, USS Dons, were having practice, and I only lived a couple of blocks from the school, so we were headed up toward the gym to go play basketball at the university. They opened up the court for public, and a soccer ball came flying over a fence and bounced in front of us and hit a car and bounced back, and I picked it up, and when we got over there toward the field, I took the ball back over and kicked it onto the field for the players or coaches or whatever. And from that day, when I did that, I found myself kind of intrigued about what this game was really all about. And I found myself going up there 2 or 3 times a week just to watch, maybe chase the balls if they go over the fence. And that led into me wanting to learn how to kick the ball, how to dribble the ball, how to do this, how to do that. About a year or 2 later, I was living in Marin, got the opportunity to join a youth organization playing soccer, as we called it then. And I did. I went ahead and joined it. And from the knowledge I got from the players at the University of San Francisco, I mean, these players were from all around the world. Germany, Brazil, Norway, Greece. I mean, these players were all from different parts of the world. And I learned a lot from each one of them. So I took that knowledge and those skills with me to Marin. And I think I was like 10 times more advanced than the kids I was playing with. And it wasn't like I was trying to show off or anything like that, but I just used the skills that I was taught by these players at the university and fell in love with it. I fell in love with the game. I read Pelé's book when it came out. I used to watch the Bundesliga. At the time, there was a show called Soccer Made in Germany, played every Saturday evening. And I would sit in front of the TV and watch the entire matches. I became familiar with players from different teams and this, that, the other. But I fell in love with that game back then, and I have not stopped since. I can't get over it. Now, my Brazilian influence, why I'm a Brazil fan, is that one of the players that I was learning from at the university, his name is Felipe Migalhães. He was a Brazilian, and he taught me a lot about the Brazilian style of football. You know, the fancy footwork, this, that, and the other, how to hold the ball on the back of your neck. I also had a brother, he's my brother now, John Anton. Holy moly, that man knew how to play the ball. He was like an early Ronaldinho to me. He could do just about everything with a football. And I fell in love with the game, and I've never looked back. So my Brazilian influence were those 2 players there. And John Anton, I love you, man. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for teaching me. Um, I fell in love with it. Never looked back, and I'm to this day still loving the game. Still loving the game. Um, I have coached kids. I coached kids when I was living in Washington State, as a matter of fact. Coached here locally at the community college. Haven't really looked for any coaching jobs since, but hey, anybody need a football coach, soccer coach, I'm available as long as the money's right. Anyway, yeah, but no, that's where it started, and I never looked back. I still enjoy the game. You know, that's
good.
Yeah, you know. So that's my brief history of why I love the game of football, soccer.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome, and you guys are too out there.
So since we're kind of doing like an end of the, what do they call that thing? Round of 32, or
the knockout round is done, and now we are into the Sweet 16, as I call it, the round of 16. Today's match is Canada versus Morocco for the first match. Another interesting pair of teams. This is another one that I think is going to be a close one. I'm not going to predict anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to. No, I am. I'm going to put my pick out there. I do believe Canada was going to win this one and move on.
They are.
I do, and this is another history making game for Canada. I mean, having never ever been this far, you know, they've got a lot to prove. They got a lot of fight in them, and yeah, I can see them winning this match.
Mm-hmm. That's not where I was trying to go with it, but
I know, but I'm just, you know, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you going?
No, I was going to go over our initial top 5.
Oh God, please don't.
Okay, we won't.
I'm still down to two teams.
Which are?
Australia. No, wait a minute. No, I'm down to one team. Brazil.
Well, maybe they take it off.
I'm down to one team.
I'm down to 4.
Ooh.
I think because I have my top 5 were Spain, Brazil, Scotland.
Gone.
As we already just Norway and Portugal.
Yeah. So you know.
But I might switch Portugal out. I don't know.
No, you can't now. Because if that was the case, I would have.
Do what I want to do.
Well, you go right ahead then and cheat.
Excuse you?
Yeah, you heard what I said. I didn't change any of my teams that got eliminated. I didn't substitute any of my teams that are gone.
Okay, so I guess with that being said, we'll wrap this part up and then we'll go into like the round of 16. But what really kind of like surprised you about like the first couple of stages?
The first couple of stages. The group stages were kind of chaotic. What surprised me about the group stages is that there were not a lot of goals scored. There were more draws and losses. Well, more draws, tied games. Nobody really, with the exception of Mexico, who have not left their country to play a match yet. I don't get that. Don't understand that. But anyway, I mean, with the exception of them, there were not a lot of dominant teams in the group stage. And that surprised me. There weren't a lot of goals scored.
That surprised me as well. Like you said, there was a lot of draws, like 0-0, and
yeah, and that goes to show that in my opinion comes from teams knowing that, okay, well, if we tie today or we lose today, we still got two more games we can play to get back, to get into the next round. Well, it ain't that way no more. The knockout stage, it was a bittersweet thing. I'm happy that certain teams made it through. Sad to see a lot of teams go. Japan for one, Scotland another. The African nations that have been eliminated are from the 32. It's been bittersweet. I think I got mixed emotions about the first few stages of the game, of the matches for the World Cup, and we'll probably get into that more as we get closer to the final. I'll probably jot down the things that really, really stand out or stood out, and go through a list of all the things that I got out of this World Cup.
Okay, thank you. So I think the one thing that I'm really grateful for with the World Cup being on this continent is the fact that we don't have to get up at like crazy times.
Yeah.
Watch the different matches.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
I mean, I know for you, since you're on the East Coast, you do end up having to stay up like a little bit later, but it's not crazy.
No,
like you're not having to, like how you used to say, having to get up at like 3 a.m. to watch like a particular match or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that part.
Yeah, so am I. I really am. The last World Cup, I was like waking up at 2 or 3 in to watch a match at 5. And it's just again, like you said, with it being in this hemisphere, in our time zone, so to speak, I'm really happy that I don't have to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to watch a match or whatever. So yeah, that is a good thing. That is a good thing. I'm happy about that, without a doubt. Oh man, wow, time is flying on the.
Into you say Canada gonna win?
Yeah,
I mean, in my heart, I'm always saying, in my heart, it would be nice to see Morocco win, but I got my conspiracy theories, so.
Okay. The conspiracy theory. Anyway, no, I think I because Canada is our neighboring country. I feel that there's going to be a lot more.
Neighboring country.
Excuse me?
I said your neighboring country.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, I think there will be a lot more Canadian supporters than there will be Morocco supporters, but that's not to say Morocco's not going to come into this match knowing, hey, we got to get it.
I think you mean supporters like in this country or like in the stadium. I mean,
in the stadium. I mean, they've shown some of the fans already, and it's red everywhere, and that could be for either team because both teams have a red jersey. So the stadium's going to be red. Either way, but I think Canada is going to find a way to win this thing.
Okay.
But if Morocco does, history again. Mm-hmm. Another historic moment in World Cup history. So you're not going to make a prediction, right? Mm-hmm. No, I didn't think so.
I kind of like set my prediction. I just put it out there. All the host countries are still in the running. So that's my prediction.
Oh, okay.
That's my way of saying it without really saying it, but I just said it.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, this should be a real fun match. I'm glad we were able to kind of talk about who we are and why we do the show.
Yeah. So now you guys know who we are while we do the show. So after the World Cup is over, and if you want to catch us again and tune back in, we're here.
Yep, we are.
Yeah. If you are a Bay Area sports fan, please do come back. And even if you're not, come back.
Yeah. With that being said, I've made my prediction. I'm taking Canada in this one. I got 3-1. 3-2 at the most.
I'm not getting that deep into my prediction.
If I'm gonna predict it, I might as well predict it. I mean, I'm saying 3-1, maybe 3-2. Canada wins. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy. If I'm right, I'll be happy. So with that being said,
either way you're gonna be happy. That's a good way to be.
Yeah. So it's a win-win for me. I am Sir Dre from the Bay, and with me always, Lady Blue in the Bay. This is Sport and Smile podcast, Sweet 16 first game. This is the Canada-Morocco pregame show. Didn't do a lot of talking about the match, but we will do something. We do the halftime show. We'll be talking more about the match itself.
Yes.
So get your popcorn ready. Let's sit down in front of the TV, the big screen, or if you're at a watch party, let's make it happen. Let's have some fun, and by all means, be safe, be respectful more than anything.
Let's go for it.
Let's do this. I'm Sir Dre from the Bay, Lady Blue in the Bay. This is Sport and Smile podcast, and we are out until halftime. We'll talk.
Did you say your catchphrase?
You know what? You're right. I did not say my catchphrase. So here we are. Sir Dre from the Bay, Lady Blue in the Bay, Sporting a Smile podcast. And as I always say, keep sporting a smile. If you see somebody frown, give them a smile. You might make their day. There. You guys have a great day. You're welcome. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you at halftime. We are out.